Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to SMS Live. This is the daily stream. This is supposed to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but me and Dean got on a call, and well, some of you may have seen the announcement, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But we got on a call that lasted us about an hour and a half, or if not longer, talking about a lot of different things. I think I have like 2 or 3 pages of notes just from, bringing things together. I've worked with him in the past with Doodle Devils, and we were able to find our way, back to, a point where we get to be on the same team again. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity. But shout out to Dean for everything he's been doing and building. And brother, I appreciate the opportunity, and I will not let you down, man. I'm ready to cook on this one on another level and really make an impact. I mean, the value is already there. But again, welcome back, guys. This is the daily stream. This is supposed to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. What you just saw in the beginning, that's the intros that I typically like to kind of start these spaces or these streams with, and continue growing on that end. If you got a project or something like that, you're going to see why it's important to kind of connect with me, and what I'm going to start doing with some of these streams is to give you a little bit more opportunity to kind of get out there and get people to see what you got going on. But first things first, I appreciate all of you guys that got in here earlier. This won't be a super long stream, just going to touch bases on what's been happening, what my day was like, because I still got a lot of shit I got to get done, and still going to be rocking out with the 9 p.m. stream, or the space, actually. SMS Live, we always hold those down now at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day, unless there's something else going on that kind of takes that out of the equation. But yeah, let's talk about it. But I'm going to keep it all the way real today. Showing up every day is how you win the game. Content's flowing. Every single platform is, doing extremely well. The routine is what really makes a difference. Your system, I talk about this almost every single time that you guys hear me or see me, is improve your systems. Don't rely on what you think might work, or just, I don't know, just execution is one thing, but having a better system than the person next to you is always going to take you levels of, ahead of them. Not like it's a competition, but trust me, it will make that the difference in your content. But progress is showing on every single platform, man, and that's the one thing that kind of gets me excited. Seeing what's going on with Scrolly, one of the apps that are being built with DD Gaming. Very interesting to see how that takes effect, and it definitely solves a lot of answers. I'm not going to talk too much about what's going on over there. Just very excited to be the content lead and manager. And if you guys are interested in some kind of opportunities as far as intern and learning a little bit more, and willing to do stuff, there is an opportunity for you guys. There's been about 10 people that have applied for it. I was even one of the people that applied, but Dean reached out to me, and we kind of both agreed that maybe being the kind of person that helps cultivate and help some of these people in the space that are trying to get an opportunity, that are hungry. One of the biggest things that I've always kind of stressed to you guys is hungry dogs run faster. I have the Web3 underdogs, where I've taken people that have never made any content, and I was able to teach them how to make, faceless content that you wouldn't be able to tell if it was me, them, or another person that created it. And there's other people out here that just got a voice, or they got a skill set that I think that we could probably grow, and I could help you find ways to improve that, and systems literally that will, kind of set you apart from the person next to you. I was thinking about this today at the gym. There's a few people I've seen in the space that are quite young to be as known as they are in the space, and summer's hitting, and they're taking a step back. They're doing certain things, and I think that their emotions are leading their decision making. And you're young, you're going to be emotional, and you're going to do stupid shit, and you're going to regret it. But being OG in this space, being a little bit older than some of the people in this space, that does give me life experience. And I'm not going to say I know everything, but I know a little bit, and I know that there's a path that people go down, and you start to go down, you split like this, and you start going away from what you've been working for, or working towards, because the cool thing and the hype. And one of the things that investing in this space should teach you is, don't believe the hype. It's usually going to be sold right underneath you. Like, leave it at that. But one of the biggest things is, when we start our streams, when we start our spaces, when I start any of this, I like to get the mindset on the same page, make sure you guys are thinking the same way, at least hearing kind of like the, where my head's at. And the quote of the day is, raise your standards. Most people settle for less because it's easier. Most people that get into a group, they kind of coast and think that group is going to be the thing, or if they get this job, then like they don't have to keep working as hard. And that's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. Like, once you get to a point of having responsibility, you need to double down on that. You've proved that you could get to that point. But if you didn't struggle getting there and somebody was like, oh man, you'd be sick for this position, but you never fucking struggled to get there. Once you get there, you are going to start struggling and you're going to be like, how blah, 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 blah. Like, those people might not be impressed anymore because you're going through the struggle. And a lot of times these people will pick you up because you're the hot new thing. And this goes to some of the younger guys out there. And you didn't go through the hard part to get to where you're at now. Now you're in the limelight struggling and you're falling out and you're going to do the easy thing. And typically that's hiding under the wings of the bigger accounts, the bigger influencers, the bigger people that are getting you, that recognition that, when you post it really is meaningless because no one's paying attention to you. They're paying attention to the thing you represent or work for. So one of the biggest things I could say to you guys is raise your fucking standard and represent yourself before everything else. A couple people that came into this space in the last year and a half, they say, what should I do? Where should I get started? I was like, make a name for yourself, brand yourself to, be who you are and let people come to you. And if it takes a little bit, good. That's the preparation you need to get to that point. But if you jump in and you're like, I'm so-and-so and I represent this, well, they look at you as a number. They look at you as how much money they brought in because you're part of the team now. They don't really break it down to, this person is this great because they did this. It's collectively our team did this. But to be honest with you, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life because you're only as strong as your weakest link. You can have two people that are absolutely stellar knocking it out of the park, but if everybody else sucks, what do you think your value is? You have a couple people who are here, but if your bar is down here, you start to diminish your own standards are dropping. So this is for you and it will take you further if you can understand what I'm saying. Don't settle for less because it's easier. Work harder to get to where you're at. A lot of people will find a groove and they'll find a bunch of people that support them. They'll find this really comfortable space and everybody's, bullish on it. And only one or two of them are really going to excel. The rest kind of stay in the shadows because they didn't do those things to get there. You'll see what I'm talking about over time. This is not, specific to this space that we're in. This is a life thing. Like if you work on a crew or if you're part of a team and you got some slackers out there, it's like, well, you can do all the shit you're supposed to and no one's going to say a word. But as soon as that slacker gets exposed, it's like, yo, your team, you know what I mean? Like that shit ain't cool. Like that's integrity. That's a quality of, your product and what you're doing. So make sure you guys, I don't know, take that for what it is. But you've got to expect more from yourself than the world around you. You got to expect that no one's handing you shit. And if they do, probably is going to set you up for failure because most people find it hard to wake up in silky sheets. Simple as that. Marvin Hagler, I don't know if you guys are boxing fans or fight fans, but he said this, it's hard to wake up in silky sheets. And it's like, if you understand what it's like to grind, you understand what it's like to not know what next week is looking like if you're willing to go through some of those things, like I had a couple decisions to make for myself. It's like I have to shave a little bit off of what I was holding so I can get through a couple things. And for me to upgrade my streams, for me to brand it with Solana Made Simple, for me to add these intros, add these commercials and stuff like that into them, I needed to make a decision like, yo, do you want to do this or do you want to do this? And that this is the outcome if you don't do that. But my standard here, I want to make it a little bit better. Like I see a lot of these guys that, they talk about X, Y, and Z all of the time. And then out of nowhere, you see their whole team posting about one thing and then it's right back to the other thing that kind of buries, the paid deal, which I'm assuming that they're getting. And it's like, there's other cats out here that are willing to do this without any payment. They're performing without purpose. It's something I've been saying a lot to people. And I hope it gets in your fucking heads. Cause like, if you can't do this without, a paycheck, without, everybody liking it, clicking it, getting the most engagements, then you're probably not going to do it, any other time either. Like you got to be able to do those things when no one's looking. Performing without a purpose is a very serious thing. And once you understand that shit, man, like sometimes you got to crash to see that. Sometimes you got to burn out all the way. And it reveals a lot when you get to that vulnerable state of being that person building in public. Like if you don't got it like that, you got to figure out a way to make it like that. You got to make an impact. You got to make people recognize like, hey, I'm for real. I'm in it to win it. And, raising that standard in your work, your mindset and your goals, that's how you fucking level up in this world, not just crypto, not just Web3, not just anything you're doing, man. I'm telling you, like, that's just the way to go. But Again, thank you guys for getting here. 30 of you in the room. If you could share this out, get some more people in here. Like I said, it's not going to be a super long stream, but we will touch on different topics. And GM, what's going on, Kevin? Thanks for coming up. Rebel Ants, I did see one of your posts. I know you got a project and something going on over there, so definitely would be interested in hearing more about that. Maybe we could, slot or, align maybe a space coming up here for Simply Chilling. Let's get in the DMs and talk more about that, because I did see some message. I don't remember exactly where. A lot of shit's going on, but I do appreciate you coming up and showing some love on me. And if you got something, like I said, I tell people this all the time. Solana Made Simple is about, taking this platform and elevating the people around. It's not always, the top of the chart projects that you need to talk about. You need to talk about the real builders, the people that are in the shittiest situations, making the best of it. And, taking this platform and elevating the people around. That's how this whole entire space grows. One of the best things that I ever did was Simply Chilling, where I would talk to thousands of people, projects, protocols, podcasts, anything that you're doing in the space. I would have artists come in, for like musical artists, digital artists, everything. Just because I wanted to see what was going on, just to give them some feedback and give them an opportunity to share with the world what they got going on. And as this platform grows, I want to be able to do that more and more. So thanks for coming in. And again, share this out, get some more people in here, and let's cook. But I'm SMS, crypto content creator focused on the Solana ecosystem, working to keep Solana simple for everyone. And what I mean by that is your everyday person has a chance to be part of this space. Whether they're working a 9 to 5 and they're too busy to be on the timeline, teaching somebody how to utilize the, decentralized finance products and protocols that we have, like Jupiter, it's a good example. They have everything you need, basically, that a bank will offer, and you can do this from your fucking phone now. And that's one of the things that I don't think everybody realizes. They think that it's all a gamble because of, what's the most popular thing, you got Pump Fund bringing in the most money from anything that Solana's seen for the most part, and it's off of gambling fees. And we have a bunch of people that are capping, saying like, I made $500,000. It's like, bro, stats show you did not make $500,000. Like, you didn't do it. And maybe you did over time. Maybe you did with some other things. Maybe you leveraged whatever it is. But the stats show that people are not making these grandiose like returns. The P&Ls are bullshit. The Max showed us that you can vibe code yourself to making a fake fucking wallet, putting in your own token, putting in their own numbers, and making it look like you're something that you're not. And that's the thing, man. This space is a lot of fluff, and when it gets down to like the raw shit, it's do you even play the game? Have you ever streamed the game? Have you done anything with not necessarily the game, but the product, the protocol, or you just pay to talk about it because people are going to look at it, click on it, and then move on? That's the truth about it. But the thing is, if you keep it simple where everybody can understand how they can take part, how they can download the app, how they can get in there. I was in a space this morning with Paul, Paul's Penthouse. Randomly asked me to come in there and kind of talk about what's been going on. And a lot of these guys don't know what's going on with Solana. They were kind of shocked to hear like, that he said, you're a little bit more serious about Solana. I was like, well, to a degree, there's a fine line here. Like, we do the bullshit, we fuck around, we have some fun, but there's a fine line of seriousness to this as well. If you can't have the laws, you don't deserve anything else in here. You gotta take both sides of the sword here. And when I was explaining that to him, and I taught a few women how to invest into it. I taught my mother how she could trade Solana meme coins, and like she made a couple $1,000s. She ended up getting the fuck out, and like she put it into Bitcoin. She was like, okay, I'm just gonna let this shit sit over here. I was like, perfect. Like, don't do anything else. You're fine now. Speaking of that, there's some really exciting stuff with BTC Soul. I've been posting about it from the Zeus network. Definitely keep your eyes and ears on that. That's a really exciting staking system or restaking protocol that's coming out that I think you guys will like. I'll probably do some more content, around that, because it is Bitcoin and it is Solana. And some of the team has reached out to me. Maybe we'll get on a call. Maybe we'll cook something up, see what we got going on over there. But more than anything, again, I'm not doing it because they paid me. I have no relation to these guys. I just think that they got an awesome product and something that all of us here could benefit from. If you're already buying and stacking Sol, you might as well stake it and get stats for it. It's pretty simple. Solana made simple, right? But anyway, I post across YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X. All of them have been performing absolutely amazing. And what was the sauce? What was the added ingredient? It was showing up every single day with at least one video, sometimes 2 to 3. Today, I'm at 0 videos at 7 o'clock, and I got myself about 5 hours to get them out there, and I'll probably cram them both in. It's not typically how I like to do it, but it's just, the way that the day is kind of played out. And like I said, this is supposed to be 11 o'clock stream. And here we are, pushing 7 o'clock. Still haven't eaten dinner, but we got the gym done. There's some non-negotiables that I have, and those are the standards that I have in my life. It's like, you need to get to the gym. You need to hit these certain, things that you wrote down. Like, I have goals that are written down on these cards that I have to hit. Like, it's not something that I'm willing to say, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow, because you don't know if tomorrow's coming, man. Like, you don't know. And I don't mean to be morbid, but I'm being for real. Like, you can walk outside and shit can go all types of different directions. So just keep that in mind. If you got something you need to do, if you're thinking about it, write it down, make it real, make it tangible, and you probably sees that it gets done. What are you saying? I didn't make like Tesh. This is the one person that did make the $1 million or quadrillion. My bad. Shout out to Des. She's like a super fan now. I'm just kidding. But she made a quadrillion, so ask her for some airdrops. I think that she's giving them out. Oh shit, I forgot to mention this. We are live on the arena as well. Not getting a lot of traction over there, but a beer has shown up in the building. What's going on, a beer? Thanks for showing up. Yo. But we are going to be multi-streaming on this. Sometimes I might switch the YouTube around and add TikTok to it, or vice versa, but it'll always be X, always be the arena, just because I feel like those are the most crypto native ones. But when I need to, get out to the other audience, I will be going to TikTok. I will be going to Facebook, actually. I think that one of the things that we forget here is we need to bring Web3 to Web 2. Most people, they think that, oh, I'm just going to onboard them. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're fucking not. That's not how this shit works. If people don't want to do that, you need to go to them, and then you need to like give them the keys, let them know how they can drive the car, let them in. You got something that they actually want to use, or are you going to tell them to come hang out in this fucking online group chat? Most people don't want to do the weird shit that we do here. That's why we need to go to them. You cannot bring them all here. Now, if they like it, then you say, get yourself an X account, get yourself set up, come to the Discord, come to Telegram. I don't tell people to go to Telegram. I fucking hate it, except for when I have to be there. Like for Yap Keys, for, DD Gaming, for a few other small things that I actually do use a Telegram for. But yeah, I guess my bonk bot's in there. I'm just not a huge fan of Telegram. I think that it's annoying, personally. Let's see what else we got. So let me get through the rest of this, and I'll show you another thing that I put together for you guys. So when I'm doing spaces, streams, and content, the main thing, like I said, is to highlight the people network, the people building and sharing what they got going on, the people that are shaping the future for crypto and Web3 in general. One of the biggest things that I think is trying to cultivate a better space going forward. Like, whatever you're bitching about or whatever you're pissed about, do what the others aren't. And if it takes you fucking forever, carve that niche out yourself. And that's your bread and butter right there. That's the thing that no one's going to be able to take away from you. That's your unique little thing that most people will try to figure out, what's my thing? Well, if you don't got it, you don't got it. You got to figure it out. I was fortunate to speak with Dog Game last night. I forgot to ask him, is it Dogamy or Dog Game? But he does this Drawn to the Mic show where he kind of interviews you, asks a lot of questions, and I broke down a lot of different aspects of how I got here, like all of this crazy shit that got me into this space, and to be the person that I am today. And dude, it's the thing about that is sharing your story isn't to highlight your. It wasn't me highlighting all the good. It was me talking about what it took to get here, the highs, the lows, and the character that, the bad days are not bad days. They're character building days. Those are maybe even the years, the months, the whatever you got to go through to get there. But talking about all those things that, add up to get you to be who you are. And those are the things that make you unique. When you try to blend in too much, you try to be part of what's working or the cool kids group, like you just look like the rest of them, and it's very dull, and people see it a mile away. Like, if you're not standing out, like, you're not going to be like, think about who the based house, think about the people that they chose to be there. It wasn't just your every run of day mill. I mean, I'm sure that it has a lot to do with who has a lot of pull as far as friends in this space that are able to support them, but that they're not just picking up the random oct that blends in. They're picking up people that they think are going to Be a character, be somebody that can draw attention, and hopefully pump a coin. And honestly, guys, I think this will be one of the easiest plays in the fucking history of this shit, because they're trying to pump their coins. Buy now under fucking 20K or 30K. If they get anywhere close to a 100K, like, chop that shit. Take your profits. They're going to keep trying to pump it. They have friends and teams, and they have PFPs and reasons for them to, win this 50 grand. Like, they're all competing for that. So as they compete, like, take this how you want to, bro. But if they're competing to pump their coin, I'm just going to keep rinsing and repeating the cycle, because it would make no sense for me to sit there and be like, yeah, you're going to pump it up. Well, what happens when it gets pumped up to the top? Eventually, that shit's going down. We know how the shit goes. I mean, that's the name of the game. So if anybody's paying attention, this might be some of the easiest money in the fucking game. They have a house with 50K on the line where everybody's got to pump their coin. Why wouldn't you fucking play the game? Like, don't hate the player, hate the game, because that's the way it's set up. You're going to pump a coin up. I'm going to take profits along the way. It's the easiest thing. Like, it's not a speculative thing like, oh, I wonder if this dog shit piss coin is going to go up. It's, hey, these guys are all staying in the same house trying to, pump a coin. All right, cool. Let me get a couple X's out of it. Move on. That thing is going to go back down. We know how this space acts, man. It's play it right, and you probably do pretty good with this. But if you want to hold it to the end, you want to be risky, and you want to support your boys, just make sure they're pumping your bags back when they get that money. If they don't get that money, and if they lose, they're going home. I'm pretty sure empty-handed. Maybe they got some recognition from being on there, but again, like, they carved a niche out for them, or a niche out for themselves. They made it known that they are not the average, everyday person. They have most of them, from what I heard Jakey saying, like, they partook in the talent show, I think. So I guess that has a lot to do with it. So I don't know, but it's another thing, just highlighting people like that. Like, there are some of the people that I'm listening to, be like, oh, it'd be cool to bring you on, but I'm not going to kill myself to do it, But the main thing is, if you see these guys and their tokens coming out, pay attention, bro. Like, there's a good chance that these pump and dump, and you don't want to be the one on the dumping end side of it. So take profits often, and trust that they're trying to win, because it's money on the line. It's money that they don't have, and some of them probably have never seen. So make sure that you get your slice of the pie. But as far as content, guys, like I said, it's on all the different platforms right now. I have my link tree posted in the bio. If you guys want to support, it helps really keep everything connected. And I do appreciate all of the fucking support, man. I don't think you guys understand. I would do this without you. I sit in spaces from time to time, and, I've been struggling to get spaces cooking. So I'll sit there 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time just to get 3 people in there and start talking and yapping it up. But that's my fault. I fell off with spaces and hosting them. So instead of quitting and instead of taking a step back, I was like, you know what? I'm going to host more on more platforms. So I'm on the Arena every other day at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Monday, every single day. We'll be rocking out GM Chat. We host those, or I host them every single Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and SMS Live. This is going to be called the Daily Stream, or the day. I went with the show, but I was like, I don't want to take it away from, I grew up here on the Daily Show, and I think there is still an actual TV show, but I'm going to call this the Daily Stream, and we'll be tuning in and get this thing going. What token you talking about? Beercoin? Yeah, buy Beercoin. Beercoin's a coin that you put in your pocket. This coin is never going away. This is the number one coin out there. And shout out to Kit, man. I'm definitely going to go grab myself some weekend brews. Beercoin's one of the most fun coins I've been in quite a while, just because of the chugging aspect and all of that. But that's not the token I was talking about. I was talking about the creator tokens from the based house and all of that shit. That's something to take a look at. Gift, what is this? Gift AVAX 1, gift AVAX 1. Oh, some bots are in here. No. All right, so the stage, I don't like the stages right now. There's a bunch of little weirdo bots in there, but let's see. So again, simply chilling every single night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me show you some of the stuff I've been cooking up. Shout out to Kid, dude. These guys are awesome. I left the group chat just because I was leaving all of them trying to focus on something. But Beercoin, look, if you guys want to have fun this summer, buy Beercoin and fuck with the homies. That's all I'm gonna say. And with that being said, let's take a little right, that's what I was talking about. So if you have a project, if you have a protocol podcast or something like that, you want to put together a commercial and it's something you want me to share, you've got a token and it's something I can align with or something that I think is, I'd like to share with my audience, hit me up. Let's work together. Let's put some more commercials and ads together. I've done this before and I don't see anybody doing it. And if you guys want to pick up what I'm putting down, think about it. I mean, everybody knows we're going to video. You're seeing all of your favorite KOLs and your influencers that have stayed in their niche bubble because it's extremely profitable, saying, I'm going to TikTok. All of these guys say they're going to do shit. It's hard to do shit when you already got shit and you don't see them actually making the move. There's very few of these bigger names that are actually doing anything outside of X. They're talking about it, but Murad's crushing them. And that's the only reason I think they're doing it, because they're like, oh shit, if this guy's going to, get there, then maybe I should pick up what he's putting down. But, I started my TikTok journey last January and started posting on there and fell off a little bit, but I continued to press on. I continued to work towards it. And, it worked out. I was able to grow my TikTok account to get it to a monetized situation. And we'll see what happens after that. But wanted to talk a little bit about the Solana kit, the mobile kit thing that commercial I just played on there. So it has 19 plus protocol integrations. The Solana app kit is full-fledged toolkit to build on iOS and Android apps with Solana with a functional user interface. So you're able to spin up your own mobile app using the NPX Start Solana app. Basically, they make it easy for you to not be a dev and be able to use modular click to push and play, whatever buttons you want to call it. But it's something that I came across, and I even shared this with Dean. Within 15 minutes, you could have an app running. It's from the Send coin ecosystem as well, something you guys might want to pay attention to. But it's vibe coding using the Solana app kit. And you should really take a look at this. If you ever want to be a dev, you ever want to build anything on Solana, this is the place to go. It's really going to help you out and cut some of the learning curve out of the situation. I do stress that you should probably look into learning what this stuff is and do some reading or just getting into the some of the super team chats and talking to some of the builders out there, because it will help you understand a little bit further how this works. But it's something that even myself, that I've been looking at this maybe I should give this a chance and take a look at what this has to offer. But it's SolanaAppKit.com, and you can take a look at it from there. But some of the things I'm going to be doing, like I said, are these commercials, these advertisements. None of these are paid, just because I found them online and it's stuff I wanted to share, and because I thought it was of value. And I think that, the right person in here could create some kind of impact doing it. What's going on, Okami? Thanks for coming in, homie. I appreciate you, big dog. Still need you to figure out how to get that Bitcoin off of that damn wallet for me, because I haven't figured it out either. But bottom line, Solana App Kit, build and launch Solana apps faster. You're able to submit your application for there, and I'm pretty sure that they have some docs right up here in the top corner for you guys to check it out. And it's from the Send ecosystem. So take a look into that and see what you guys can cook up. I know that there's hackathons, there's grants, there's opportunities all over the place for you guys to get involved and honestly make some money, build some cool shit. Solana is here for the taking. You're in the early years. That this curriculum, this whole educating thing, at some point somebody's going to have to go to school for this shit. There's going to be a teacher. One of you might be the teacher. Maybe it's one of us that we become these people that are teaching, whether it's in person, IRL, at events, at whatever it is, retreats and stuff like that. I'm just saying, there will be a point that this stuff will come into. I got you. No worries, Okami. I'm just fucking with you a little bit, bro. I thought about it because I saw the wallet up here in the top corner. But take the time to learn the stuff and get yourself into it. And if you don't like it, fucking find something else. There's so much going on. Solana Mobile for me is really an eye opener, and I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to it. And I guess I'll say it right here because the 69 of you in here, it's a good number. Just remember. Anatoly worked for, what's it called? Qualcomm, one of the first cell phone providers, actual devices and stuff like that. So if you see the correlation, you see why so much of the push towards mobile. Well, we are already doing it with the wallet, so we might as well integrate everything else. And as that continues to develop and build itself out, you're going to see more people using these kinds of things. The fact that you can use this Solana mobile app kit on iOS and Android should be telling you like, okay, they are trying to create more builders in the space, not just apps on a website, not just apps that are fucking in your Discord and all of this dumb shit. They want people using these on everyday basis. They want you to be able to build something on the Solana ecosystem that you can put and integrate into a smartwatch, into a Fitbit, like the Moonwalker tracker. Imagine coming up with something cooler than, or as cool or cooler than that, tying that to a token or something like that. So imagine a marathon, a bunch of these people that get this marathon, you get paid to run a marathon. Could you imagine some shit like that? So I don't know. I think that's one of the things that I benefit the most from doing all of this nerdy research and reading into stuff is like, where could this go? My mind just starts to wander all over the place. And, you know, this is kind of where I'm seeing it go. Like with this Solana app kit, you have the Seeker, Meteora, Dynamic, Pump Fund, MoonPay. These are just the top ones. They got the geckos in there, Jito, Tensor, Radium, all of these different things. So it's app season, guys. They're cooking up a lot of like cool shit. Pay attention to what they're putting down. One of the things that, like, I've learned in this space is if you see a specific niche that you like and they're curating their content and pushing in a certain direction, it's because that's what they want. They're not doing it just to like, oh, this is the new cool news. This is literally what they want. Like when I was fucking with Say, and they literally told us whatever the foundation puts out, start picking up and learning and researching that kind of stuff. So that's literally why I was able to climb from not being in any ranking to the top 20. You know, I probably would have been a little bit higher if the falling out didn't happen, but I was able to maintain that mind share just from doing that. Like it wasn't like I had any inside information. It was simply just, you know, reading through the bullshit and seeing it was there. And I don't know, that's just something I wanted to share with you guys because I thought it was pretty important. I know my screen's not being shared. You guys should be understanding when I'm talking. You should be bringing your paper, writing some notes down. Mobile kit, send. Great note for you to just type in the search bar and give you some results. If you pay attention close enough to the content, you're going to see me posting about this stuff incessantly because, well, it's got me hooked. It's got me to a point of this dude's nerding out super heavy right now. Like, what the hell's going on? But it's the stuff I like, and that's why I decided to take this route and, you know, push towards being full time in this space. Did I know that this opportunity was going to come with Dean? No, I saw the application 3 days ago or 2 days ago. And I was like, I don't know what's happening next week, but I've been working my ass off to make something happen overall. And that's the first slice that I was able to kind of get for myself. So pretty pumped on that. Let's see what else we got. It's 7:08. I know I have some other stuff I want to share with you guys. Oh yeah, so the intro, that just kind of is when I do the daily show, I'll do the intro with the GM reminder. When I do the GM chats, it's going to be the daily show reminder. Just saying that, just kind of processing this. And oh, this is what I wanted to share. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I definitely got to edit that one. There's supposed to be something towards the end of that. One of the little ads that I've been putting together. But that's another thing, man. Like, be willing to make mistakes and just kind of learn from them. So now I know, like, hey, let's go back and fix that tonight so we can make sure we produce something a little bit better. So which one was that? That was... Cool. All right. So the bonk game. Pretty fun game. I'm not really playing it too much because I suck at the fucking game. It's pretty brutal. Just go in there and get killed in a second. So very cool. Hopefully that it pumps my tokens and the bump or bonk goes up tremendously because they have a bunch of different tokenomics that are helping that. So I do like it. I do like what they've got set up there a lot, and we'll see what happens. But what else do we got? Anything else I can show you? Okay, here's the last one, and I think we will wrap this up. We're at 40 minutes right now, and I got a lot of shit to do. So I'd love to sit here and hang out all night, bring some of you guys up onto the stage and talk a little bit more. Oh, that's another thing. If you guys are listening, you ever want to join into this, join the conversation, you have any questions about how I stream the product or the process of production and how I just do all of this shit, just fucking hit me up. And honestly, if you want to try it out and you want some practice runs, I'll bring you up here. And if you don't want to show your face, you can be a PFP just like this, or you could look just like me and show yourself. But it's completely optional. I don't mind giving you guys the chance to do that. I know how this could be a little intimidating to start your own stream, not knowing what to say, not knowing how to, talk to a camera and not have any, anything come back. It's a little daunting sometimes, but fuck it, man. Like you got to do it because no one else is going to. And I don't know, it's not that hard. So the one thing I posted yesterday, the short, was talking about all this beef and going on with Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And I told you it was a reaction to the market. This is not something where it was a real response. It was people being scared, uncertain, fear, like all of those things kicked in. And you saw everything dump. Everything was kind of going down. Everybody was like, oh, it's over. No, dude, it was just until they relax and situate themselves. Like people were literally filling bids as it was going on because they're getting discounts on all of these prices. Like I didn't sell anything. I wasn't selling out of positions, and I mentioned that on the short. I was like, don't sell out of anything. If you have already, cool, take your profits, but look for an entry to get back in because this is likely just a quick little what the fuck is this guy saying? It's likely just a quick little correction or crash or whatever it was. But spot on. This thing, came back as soon as the market opened. It was up, I think 2 or 3% pretty damn quickly. And I think it has retraced since then, but it is what it is. Shit happens. I don't think it's going to be going down that bad. I think it's staying to the trend. It's sticking to that. So it's something you just want to watch. Things look good on that end, but don't get, scared out of your positions too much. What's the spirit animal soul? What is this guy talking about? Any Trump Elon content? I did do a short on Trump Elon, this guy Akles or Akleles. I don't know what the hell, how do you say that? But yep. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, this is the last one I'm playing, and I think this one should be good. Look, guys, I'm telling you right now, that secret is if you're bullish on Solana in any scope, that would be one of your best $500 purchases that you're going to make in your whole career here. I mean, let me be completely wrong. I just don't think I am. I just, where do you buy it? You go to Solana Mobile and you can do your pre-order right now. It's $500 to get that in there, and you can go to Solid. They sell cases and shit like that. I was trying to design one. They weren't having it. They weren't responding to it. So they can do their own marketing, but they do have cases out. But as soon as they do come out and I can get some more stuff together, I'm going to try to make some custom cases for them, send some out maybe with DD gaming labs would be a good thing, because with Solana Mobile, with Solana Gaming, with what we got cooking, man, I'm telling you, like, we're barking up the right tree. And every single blockchain I've talked to, they're talking gaming, 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 gaming. When I look around, all of these kids, they're on their fucking phones playing the games. It's not as much as the social media interacting. It's fucking around. Scrolly's going to be a hit because of what it offers in comparison and what it solves. I'm not going to release too much. I'm not going to share too much. I want to really refine that whole entire, not a pitch, but that the description and the way I kind of present and kind of curate that content for you guys. I'm gonna wait a little bit to kind of get there, but just know it's coming, and it's in development. It's in conversations, and that's just the first leg of the race. And our plan is way bigger than that. You know, some of the things we talked about and the stuff that I've written down here, as far as, you know, where DD Gaming Labs is where it's going, where we're headed, the partnerships, the people that are tied in, the creators that have shown interest. And if you guys, any of the 75 of you in here, you are looking for an internship and learn a little bit about, you know, Solana Gaming, the space, and if you're a content creator and you're trying to grow and improve, like, hit me up. You know, I'm going to be the lead there. I'm going to be picking some of these guys out and creating some chats where we can work together and, you know, go back and forth and kind of consider it a mentorship as well. Like I said, with Solana Made Simple, with the underdogs, it's always been a goal of mine to, you know, help find the people in the space and help them excel, help them grow, help them get to, you know, achieve their goals and stuff like that. But down here, Des put a comment in here: buy the dip and enjoy the ride. She definitely knows what she's talking about, because everything crashed in Okami. He's going to grab himself a phone. He's the man. Definitely love that motherfucker. So, all right, guys, we are at 45 minutes on the dot. We are going to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for pulling up and hanging out. I know this is a little bit later. Typically, we do these in the middle of the day, but it looks like I caught some of you guys getting ready for your weekend. So, without further ado, make sure you go ahead and grab yourself a bag of beer coin. Take a look at the Based House creators. All these guys are putting themselves out on the on the line to dry, and who knows what's going to happen after this. But if they, you know, I'm just here to support the people that are trying to do some different shit. And it sounds like what they're doing is fun. I pulled up to some of the spaces and the streams, or the streams rather, and listened in, and I was like, this is actually kind of cool. Maybe it's a complete flop. Maybe they're a little bit early, but I still think that there's a huge opportunity for these guys. And I mean, you don't even have to like them, but overall, if you like Solana, you need to still kind of find the benefit in that. You know, what other chain is doing some things like this? Everybody has the opportunity, but who's doing it? You know, there's a reason that things are going down the way they are. So shout out to the, you know, the homies over there that took the trip and put everything on the line, put their cats in somebody else's hands for a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But again, if you are buying the tokens, do not be ashamed to take profit. Don't fucking care about anybody else shaming you. These things are probably going to be extremely volatile during hyped up situations. Like, you can only imagine if somebody's trying to do some crazy feat and everybody's buying the token at that time or selling the token. Like, you just got to look at where we're at. One more comment I want to highlight, because Steve shows up and he's always been nothing but supportive out here, so I want to make sure I give him some love. Currently watching the richest toddler battle in history about to go down: an autistic dude versus someone pushing the early bird special. Shots are being taken, dude. But that's the idiocracy we live in this day and age, guys. And it's not going away. If you want it to change, you literally got to be the change you want to see. But the policymakers, the people that are in a position, they want this stuff to be this way. It's entertaining. They're drawing attention. If you haven't learned anything from InfoFi and from the AttentionFi spectacle that we've seen here, look at Loud. Like, they didn't care about the fucking coin. They didn't give two shits about that. They cared about getting attention and getting some money out of it. And then whatever happens, that's on you. That's a reminder. This place is all about the hype, unless you're doing something with sustainability. Sustainability isn't going to be the sexiest, flashiest thing in the world. Sustainability is usually the thing that takes the longest to blossom. You know, someone like me that is a good example of that. Like, I made a post, you know, my non-negotiables are things I'm going to do, and at some point I'm going to have to, like, hit that. Like, I'm going to have to go out on a limb to get these things done. But what I truly believe is long-term sustainability in the space, and the information that I'm able to retain from constantly, striving to get better, striving to learn more things, striving to see what is the next trending, newest, hottest topic. Those are the kind of things that I think matter the most. Anything bad happening, I don't take those as a bad day. I don't let that really bother me too much. You might, see people talking shit saying, oh, you're crashing out, whatever. Great, man. Like, you're not here. You're not in the driver's seat. You're not even next to me for all I give a fuck. That doesn't matter. These are the things that are going to make you, better in the long run. And they also will weed out the snakes and people that really didn't give a shit about you to begin with. So just understand that, like, this is a cutthroat space to be in, and there are great people in here. There are people that you can make lifelong friendships. Like, one of our goals is to, get to Abu Dhabi at the end of this year and chop it up with Dean. That's like one of our biggest things, is making sure that we can make this connection happen. He's out there in UK. I'm over here in America on the East Coast, and the goal for me is to probably relocate this year, honestly, and we'll see how things go. But first things first is let's get all of our ducks in a row. Let's make sure that we can knock this out of the park, one step at a time. You don't gotta speed rush anything. The homie Tax, shout out to him. He just got himself a galactic gecko. I love that fucking team. I love everything that the geckos are doing. If I could have a gecko today, that would be the PFP, but that's not the way that the cards are lined up. But my homie bought one. He took advice from me as far as I wouldn't say financial, but as far as him growing in the space and what he wants to do with his marketing and his trading and his newsletters and all that kind of stuff. I think, and what I said to him was, if you're trying to grow in a respectable long-term way, getting a galactic gecko will pay for itself, likely in airdrops alone, if you're worried about your investment, on that end. But you will get so much more understanding, like, what that team, what that community has to offer. Very few can compete with that and contend with what they got. And I got nothing but respect for them. I talk to somebody from the Gecko team every single day, just because they're the people that are doing the most out here. And I got nothing but love for Tack. He's been one of my closest friends, back and forth almost every single day. We have some kind of conversation, some good morning shit, or share some prayer and shit like that. And that's the real shit, man. Like, on Sundays, he actually changes schedule in the morning for church and stuff like that to make sure that you can make it to the space. So shout out to him, and shout out to the Geckos. You got a good one on board, and I'm happy that you've been taking those little bit of suggestions when it comes to, he asked me about a couple buys. I was like, that's a good one. That's a terrible idea. This is good. Stay away from that, because, hey, trust me, I've seen some shit happen. And, I don't try to steer people wrong. And this just kind of goes to show you, like, what I'm here for, what I'm trying to do with the spaces, the streams, the content, all of that. Keep it simple for everybody to understand and then make the most out of it. And, just be real. Just be real with the people out here. Like, there's a lot of people that are going to tell you one thing. Like, I was watching the stream, and this girl's on the camera, and she posted that she just found this ticker. I watched her not move her body and see this automated tweet come up. I'm like, what? This is so fucking fake. But, big boobs, big smile, flashy, everything, that gets a lot of attention, and people start to get drawn to that. I'm just saying, everything is very deceiving in here. The people that are pretty open and honest, they're not going to get as much love as the people that are going to be a little bit more hype. So just take that for what it is, and I am getting out of here. You guys have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you at 9 o'clock on Simply Chillin'. That's going to be a space. Tomorrow, we'll be back to the arena, and we'll be on stage, but we're going to alternate every other day as best as possible. But again, thank you guys for coming in here. 80 of you. If on the way out, if you just repost this one time, it would mean a lot. Just getting more people in here, hearing the alpha, hearing what's going down, and just kind of catching part of the stream. Hopefully it helps somebody out and gives them a little bit more insight. That's why we start these with a mindset and how we get our day started. Raise your fucking standards. No one's going to do it for you. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to pick you up when you're like boo-hooing and all that. Somebody might come and check you out. Like, let me shout out Zach. He's a cyber frog out there, and he's been one of the people that reached out. We exchanged phone numbers so we can actually stay in touch with each other. Those are the good people out there. Those are the people that see that, hey, man, you're going through it. I want to make sure you're good. It is men's mental health month, I'm pretty sure. And I think Father's Day is a Sunday, maybe. I don't know. I think so. But a lot more men in here probably paid attention too. So just keep it together, homies. It's not always going to be the way it is, good and bad. So you got to roll with it, and you'll make it. Just keep showing up.